Hey team, thanks for joining me for today's video. The purpose of this video tutorial is to explain just some of the elementary pieces that you'll need in order to be successful on a project like this. It is okay if you are working on a project that is completely different from this one. Your teacher might be using this to show you how to use some of the strategies that I'm modeling in this lesson. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to model right here where it says your name here, and I'm going to show you how to edit that space. If you click on this space, but you click on the outer perimeter of the box, and then you press backspace on your computer, the entire box is going to disappear. If you do that by accident, my recommendation is that you come up here to the undo button and then click undo one time, and then it's going to bring that box back. In order to put information inside of this box correctly so that you don't accidentally delete the entire box, make sure that you click inside where you have the letters and then make sure that your cursor is blinking. If you need to, come all the way to the end over here and then click yet again so that the cursor appears over here. At this point, go ahead and use the backspace button in order to delete those letters. Remember to use the shift button on your keyboard in order to make capital letters, and then type your name appropriately. Once you are finished with the very first slide, you can then move on to the next slide. I'm going to click over here. So on the left, you have all of your slides in order. I'm going to click right here on slide number 2. The purpose of this assignment is for students to understand the different regions in California, and those regions are listed here. The instructions from the teacher are listed here, and then there's a task located down here. Much like the last screen, it would be your job to click inside of this box to delete the words that you see inside of the box and then to put the sentences here. Make sure that you're not copying content from the internet. Please remember that you are writing sentences of your own. Down here it says that you're supposed to remove this box and add a picture. If you click one time on this box, but you click on the inside, it's going to produce a cursor inside of those letters. If you start using the backspace button, all you're going to do is delete the letters in the box. In order to delete the whole box, this time you're going to click on the outside of the box, and then you're going to press delete or backspace on your keyboard, and that green box will disappear. From here, it's your job to bring in a picture from the internet. My suggestion is to take your mouse and to come all the way down here to the right bottom corner. And there's a button right here that says explore. And then right now I see that it's a charcoal color. I'm going to click one time. It only says explore when you're hovering on top of it. Otherwise, it almost looks like a comment box with a plus symbol or a star, maybe a diamond. If I look closely enough, it looks like a diamond. Click one time right here. When you do that, there's this toolbar over here on the right-hand side that will appear. It automatically populates so that layouts are there. If your teacher has given you permission to change the layout style of any slide, you can use the suggestions that are already on display here. That's not my objective. Up here where you see the magnifying glass, go ahead and click one time on that magnifying glass. When you click one time on the magnifying glass, your cursor will appear. Because I'm looking for coastal regions that are specific to California, I'm going to type California space coast, California space coast, and then I'm going to press enter on the keyboard. When I do that, it's going to produce information from the internet. Now, there are times where information is really important, and that's exactly what I need. But for right now, I need a picture. So I'm going to come over here where it says images. Click one time where it says images, and each of these images will appear. If you click in the middle of the picture, it's going to take over your entire screen. Now, sometimes that's helpful and sometimes that's not. In order to get out of the full screen mode, simply click anywhere over here in the charcoal area one time. And when you do that, you'll have an opportunity to see each of those pictures at thumbnail size. The best way to move any picture into your project easily is to click on this little plus symbol. Anytime you hover over any one of these pictures, you'll notice that that plus symbol appears. Once you have scrolled through to find an image that you think is just right, go ahead and click one time on that plus symbol. If you are slightly impatient and you head in and you start clicking a bunch of different plus symbols, then you might be overwhelmed by the fact that several pictures are now on the screen. Let me teach you how to get rid of those easily. You can either click the undo button, 1, 2, 3, several different times in order to get rid of the ones that you don't want, or your other option is to click on each image and then use delete or backspace in order to get rid of those images. Now, sometimes the image does not land in exactly the right spot, and sometimes it's the wrong size. So let me model those strategies. If you simply want to move the picture to a different place on the screen, you can click anywhere in the middle in order for that outer border to illuminate in blue, and then click, leave your index finger down, and then slide that picture anywhere on the screen that's helpful for you based on the type of presentation you are developing. Now, let's pretend that the image came in and it was way too large. Please, in my opinion, stay away from the little handles that are in the middle of either end because it will distort the image. It'll make it look unnatural. In order to make sure that the ratio and proportion stays the same and that you're not adjusting the image irregularly, you're just resizing it, come up to any one of the corner handles and you'll see how the four-headed arrow turns into 2, 4, 2, 4, 2. Make sure that it's added 2 in a corner. Click, leave your pointer or index finger down, and then you can slide in or out to adjust it so that it's larger or smaller. Click off when it's no longer important. If your teacher has asked you to include information in your citation page, a bibliography or a works cited, down here you have those image credits and the original URL where that information was pulled. So if you need to use that in your works cited page, you can go ahead and do that. The last item that I want to mention to you is that content is always more important than cuteness. If you spend several hours going through and changing font style, font strategies, those things up here, you want to make the font look different, you want to change the color, you want to change the size, but you have not written all of the sentences that your teacher has requested of you, trust me, you will not get a good grade. Please remember that content is always more important than cuteness. Go in and get all of those sentences in there before you go back and add any stylistic changes. Team, thanks so much for watching and have a great day.